What's up, guys? This is Astranox. It's time for the showcase of Lua, a brand new hero that is actually very dangerous. This hero could turn out to be OP, so I'll review her, I'll showcase her at the same time. This hero versus healthy team is dangerous, but even against other teams is gonna happen right after this. This video is brought to you by Amazon Appstore and Amazon Coins. If you're going to spend for Lua, you should do so by using Amazon Coins. You can save up to 20% on in-game purchases from games who are on the Amazon App Store. The great news is that Epic 7 is now available on it, and you can start using Amazon Coins to straight up get more out of what you're usually spending or end up with more spare cash instead. It's a win-win scenario. It's very easy to get the best savings on the Amazon App Store and Epic 7. Just go down below and use my link and follow the instructions. If you use my link below, it helps me, but also allows you to still get the best possible discounts. You can get up to 20% off, which is really awesome. Get a full 20% discount if you buy 50k coins. If you buy 10,000 Amazon coins for $82, they will give you $100 in the game, and so on, with a bunch of discounts for different budgets. It's really easy to start saving. There's just 3 steps. 1. Get your Amazon coins. 2. Get Epic 7 from the Amazon App Store on your favorite device, Android phone or tablet. Or even better, get Amazon App Store now on Windows 11 and play Epic 7 directly from your PC easily with no complications. Currently available for the US and then globally. That's awesome. Once you've done that, just log into Epic 7 through the Amazon App Store. Just as easy as that. Why pay the full amount when you can get up to a nice 20% discount? There's really no reason not to use this method when it comes down to spending money in Epic 7. Check out my link in the description or comments section down below. Get Amazon App Store, get some Amazon coins, and start saving now. Here we go. Lua, the way I have her built is on speed hit set. You could go with speed immunity. Depends if you have, reliable cleansers in your roster, but I do like her to be on speed hit, so I have, permanent effectiveness increase out of the hit set. So Lua, high base health and defense, 120 base speed, very nice. She has a crit chance imprint for the team, top and back position, so you could put that to good use, or effectiveness for herself. So I'm rocking a lot of effectiveness, almost 200%, not even running an effectiveness artifact. Speed almost 260, and pretty nice amount of health and okay defense. Sash I-10 is what I'm rocking. If I had her limited, her artifact, not limited actually, she's not limited. If I had her artifact, I would actually wear that if I had multiple copies of it that got it limit broken. Because the thing is, 100% chance to put the highest attacker in your team in stealth when you use a non-attack skill is good for her. It's good for the other rangers, maybe like Flan, right? And that definitely opens some strategies, because that's quite a bit of survivability for that highest attacker in your team. And, it's stealth. So even if they get hit with an AoE, they're taking 50% less damage. It could be protected by barrier, very deadly stuff. But yeah, I got her on Sash I-10, so as I down enemies, I'm getting some combationist push, right? But her own artifact and other ranger artifact provides effectiveness, so that could be very good. Also, the stealth limited artifact would be quite deadly on her, because you could just go and build more effectiveness on her, more speed, and not having to worry about pumping so much health and defense. And she's going to be able to cycle more often and disrupt the enemy. And disrupting is something that she can do pretty well. So you use the skill number 2. You remove 2 buffs from one target. Right? And then you put that target to sleep. Hopefully nothing got resisted, of course. But then you follow up with the skill number 3, which removes 1 buff from everyone. And then you actually put their skill on cooldown 1 turn. And then you put this brand new debuff called Beguile on them. What that does is inflict 10% of maximum health in damage as additional damage to everyone else on the target's team, right? But not the target at the end of their turn. So it's a bit complicated, but let's say you land Beguile on 4 heroes, right? You're gonna get everyone to be hit 3 times by the damage because the hero that has the debuff doesn't take the damage itself at the end of their turn. So 10% of their maximum health and damage 3 times, it adds up pretty fast. If they don't have any source of like healing, if they don't have especially a cleanser, they could be in big trouble. As the battle drags on, she might be stealthed with a limited artifact, and they won't know what to do with that, right? They need to have a cleanser. They need to have some sustain. They need to like take her out. They need to defeat her, or she's just gonna keep applying Beguile. Now, maybe they have immunity buff, and immunity is protected by a barrier or some other buff. So when she uses the skill number 3, it only removes 1 buff. So that's the weakness of her, right? It could be like a Fallen Cecilia, Bastion of Pelusia, barrier protecting immunity type of deal. But then what you can do against that is, let's say against a cleanser, they might have barrier protecting immunity. They might have a crap ton of effect resistance. So what you do is you use the skill 2 against them. So maybe you actually, remove the immunity that way. And then you potentially put them to sleep. So they lose their turn, they can't cleanse, they can't do nothing. That's very powerful right there. But at least you got the skill 2 that can remove buffs, and you got the skill 3 that can remove 1 buff. So you have you got 2 tries against them to remove that stupid immunity that can be really, really dangerous if you don't remove it, right? But then, even versus cleansers, the really cool thing about the skill number 3 is that it puts their skill on cooldown for 1 turn. It's not long, but it's long enough to mess them up real good. You guys know how powerful skill 3s are, especially. Skill 2 can be pretty devastating as well, but if the enemy cannot use anything but their basic attack, that is a very good survivability increase for your team, allowing you to give you some breathing room, allowing you to have that window of opportunity to really mess them up, maybe burst a target. They can't, heal it up or something like that. They can't put defense buff up on their team, Venture, Ras, and that means they're going to be taking a crap load of damage, especially if you land defense break with her skill number 1. So there's also the speed buff for the whole team when she uses the skill number 3. So there's quite a few things happening on that skill number 3, so I like that, right? By themselves, one thing only is not so strong, but when you put all these things together, she seems to be very deadly, guys. Like, she seems to be performing quite well for me. And also, she's not just there, she's just not there looking good when she used skill 2 and 3. Like, she still has skill 1, which is a defense break. 50% chance, defense break for 2 turn. Very powerful stuff. Yes, you could be running her on counter set. I mean, she's got high defense, high base health, so you could work with a counter set, but to be honest, it would be much stronger if you have her on speed hit, speed immunity. I mean, speed unity, maybe more dual attack chance, something like that. That could be good. I was thinking about what about Rosa Hargana, because she's a ranger, right? Like, if you got more chance for her to dual attack and she's got defense break, just some thoughts there. But it doesn't mean it's a good idea, right? So her own artifact has a lot of potential, free effectiveness happening permanently, right, when you have it, and also the potential to just stealth the highest attacker on your team. That's cool. But you got other options for ranger artifact, like the limited stealth artifact for herself, very powerful, survivability increase, can definitely mess up the enemy. They can't reach her. If they have a bunch of single target attackers, they can't touch her basically, right? Unless they get lucky with a Spectre Tenebria extra hit, or they pop her out of stealth, of course. Barrier could be protecting stealth, and that stealth also applies to, she could be either running her own artifact, or she could be running the limited stealth artifact for herself. So it might be an ally with stealth, or it could be herself. So yeah, you got options with this hero. Good Imprint, 120 base speed means that, yeah, she's not the greatest to actually open up against the enemy, but if you open against them, the skill 2 guaranteeing the extra turn. There's no condition. The extra turn just happens. You don't need to soul burn, nothing. The skill 2 into the skill number 3. Very powerful stuff, guys. Skill number 2, 4 turn cooldown. Basically 3 turn cooldown because you're getting extra turn. Skill 3 is a 5 turn cooldown after skill up. But when you're about to use your rotation of skill 2 into skill 3 a second time in the battle, basically skill 3 now turns down to 4 turn cooldown because you're getting an extra turn with the skill number 2. You get what I'm saying, I think. So That's good. That's definitely good, and she's gonna be able to put more pressure against the enemy. So more speed on her, high effectiveness, and you're gonna have a higher uptime on Beguile. The thing is, the cool thing about this hero is that it's not only about Beguile. The really cool thing is that there's quite a few things going, man. Like, she's removing 2 buff, putting a target to sleep of your choosing. Could be the target that's about to go, could be a cleanser, could be a Politis, because you're about to use a non-attack skill. Put her to sleep. Put her to sleep, you don't have to worry about that. I mean, you're not going to be landing like that sleep versus Celine, but who knows? Maybe you're a gambler, right? I mean, we're playing a gacha game after all, right? So, yeah, I'm really liking her performance, to be honest. Like, I'm going to have to showcase her more, you know, in depth in other content, like, you know, World Arena, Guild War. And I feel like in a control environment, it's easier to position her. Like, you know that you might be bringing a mage, you could have the Guild's Ancient Book, you feel like really unlucky, 15% innate resist is the bane of your existence. You're like, man, I've been missing my attacks. They've been getting resisted, I mean, for the past battles, and I'm done. I'm just gonna bring a mage with the Guild's Ancient Book, and I'm gonna soul burn her skill 3. Even if you're rocking like 200% effectiveness, you're like, screw that crap, right? But yeah, you got that option for you. But I think that just building high effectiveness on her and not having to worry about having a mage with the Guild's Ancient Book is going to be much better for you. Because, like, in World Arena, you can't have, like, 2 mage all the time. One gets banned. That's your sole mage that you're relying for the Guild's Ancient Book. Maybe there's a billion. There's all sorts of problems that could, you know, happen. So to be honest, you just build high effectiveness on her so you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, you can pick your battles in a control environment like Arena offense, Guild War offense. You don't have to worry so much about, you know, a bunch of different things. But the thing is, her skill 3 is a non-attack skill. So even versus evasion-based heroes, Earth heroes, who cares? It's a non-attack skill. You don't actually have to land an attack. You know, it won't happen. Like, there's not going to be a miss. Skill 3 will just do its thing. So that is very powerful by itself. But there is 2 sides to that coin, is that, yes, it's a non-attack skill, so Politis Celine, at least, versus Politis, you can open skill 2 versus her, something like that, right? And to the skill number 3. But then, you're cool versus Earth hero or heroes, or versus evasion-based heroes. So, yeah, it is strong. It's definitely a very strong kit that Lua has, and that's why I want to try her some more. I feel like she's gonna, like, fit in so many different team compositions. Even if you're trying, like, to land a bunch of, like, damage, you're trying to, like, I mean, I don't know about, like, cleaving the enemy, but you can do crazy stuff with that skill 2 into the skill number 3. You're potentially putting all their skills on cooldown, guys, for 1 turn. On top of putting the Beguile, that's just, like, extra damage happening, you know, like icing on the cake. But then, the speed buff is something, right? But it's just that, like, -1 turn cooldown. I mean, the skill cooldown for 1 turn on all their heroes is insane. And you got the ignore effect resistance with the soul burn as a potential, like, oh my god, if I don't do everything on that skill number 3, I'm gonna have some problems type of deal. So you just do it, and then you don't have to worry about it. So yeah, that is very strong. Very, very strong stuff. So there is a lot of pros to using this hero, and I'm really liking it. I'd like to hear what you guys think about her. How did you build her? You know, how was your luck getting her? What type of team you're fitting her in? But I think there's quite a few options, and she could definitely become a meta hero. Running immunity is not that big of a deal, right? You might get outsped, you know, pair ran, stuff like that could mess you up. So immunity kind of goes to waste in a long battle. But yeah, let us know what you guys think about all that in the comment section. That's it for this one. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all ya do. Peace out for now.